But all right. So let's get into some celebrity news, though. Alrighty. So Jamie Tox, start us off, baby. You put all this on the docket. Where you want to go to? You want to go to the Weekend Stadium Tour versus Beyonce? Where we at with it?
Well, you got the Weekend, Beyonce, and then Kendrick and SZA all going on tour during the same season in the same year. So first question, whose tour are you going to?
Beyonce. That's where all the bitches gonna be at.
Damn.
I mean, Beyonce has a big following from the LGBTQ community. So I mean, I don't know.
Weekend too. He they play music at the bars at That's
so by elimination, you going to Kendrick then? Ooh.
Hell no, nigga. I ain't going over there with that pimsqueak nigga. Fuck that shit. Well, so I could be with niggas over here throwing up sets. Nah, I'm old. Beyonce.
You want to set yourself. You want to set yourself. Nah, but like it's crazy. 3 tours and they're expensive. I was looking at tickets today. You got like they're running like 500 and up if you want really good seats to the Beyonce show. And Kendrick and SZA show, like it ain't doing too well. You ain't hear much about it, but say that again. Say that again.
It's not looking good.
I'm just saying. But it's crazy. 3 big tours. We're gonna see how they're gonna.
You think the Weeknd could do a stadium tour, right? Because the Weeknd is a great performer, in your opinion, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
He's probably one of 3 artists who I've seen multiple times, and I can't say I've seen a bad show. If I'm going off of this list of 3, I'm probably I'm going to Beyonce because I've seen the other ones. I feel like Beyonce, you gonna get something different. And Cowboy Carter do slap. Shout out to Album of the Year.
Yeah, I think I'm going to Beyonce too.
I don't know. I might want to check out. My second pick would be Kendrick. Depending on how he performs, and I saw the leak. I saw the leak performance and how he's going to do the performance for the halftime. Shout out to the embassy. I ain't gonna lie. I like the idea that he has some type of controller type of effect where he's gonna go through like 4 different stages and turn up. If he kind of brings that to life on a stadium tour, I'll put that as my second pick. I ain't gonna lie. But for Beyonce, I just know Beyonce is gonna tear shit up on stage. She gonna sing, she gonna dance her ass off, and it's gonna be a whole big ass production. Not gonna lie, I think Kendrick Lamar is gonna get some good quality people to dance, but he ain't gonna really be doing much. And SZA got 2 left legs, so I know it's ain't gonna be that much of a performance from both of the main actors. From Beyonce, I know not only the dance is gonna fuck shit up, but Beyonce herself is gonna fuck shit up. So that's why I'm gonna go with Beyonce.
Can we take a quick detour real quick? Because it's like It feels like that B+ to A list artists, they're doing stadiums, right? But it's a lot of artists that's going on tour, and if you go on like TikTok and like look at their review, it's like, oh, the show was 35 minutes and it didn't hit. Like I'm thinking about Lotto. Like they said her tour, she had a 45-minute set. Some of her openers wasn't pulling up. Like, should there be like, should you be headlining a tour if you don't have a tour's worth of work? You feel me? Like there are a lot of artists that's like, I'm going on tour. Like I see Glorilla just announced her joint, and we know she hot right now. That's
where the money is at, bro.
But is she a big enough?
That's the only way to make money.
I get it. But I'm like, you're going to get your bread one way or the other. Should you be trying to get these venues when you're not, doing an hour-long show or whatnot? You're the overhead, I'm like, Lotto probably took a hit on her overhead for her show. Because think about it.
It depends where you go.
The venues that she did, at least from what I've saw, wasn't too
5,000 persons, probably.
She was at the Barclay. Yeah. She was at the Barclay.
Oh, shit.
Barclay is small. And the one that she did in Toronto wasn't that big. And then the one that she did in New Orleans wasn't no offense to you, Lotto, if you listen to this, because
that's not it. It's not hate at all. I'm just like saying, like, when we really think about like back in the day, it was like you was touring, like if you weren't Billboard top 10 type situation or in your genre, you were probably hitting SOBs. You were probably, what was it, Terminal 5? Like you had more intimate, more like, those 548. Yeah, those 5,000, 3,000 to 7,000 people venues where it's like, all right, cool. It's an intimate show. It's an experience. Even if I'm up there for 45 minutes, I'm getting it in. Like you're not catching a weekend. Like for Beyonce to do the Garden, it's like you're gonna be in the Garden for a week. You feel me? And you're gonna sell that out. You have to
understand. We live in this era where when your music is hitting, even if it's a little bit viral, you gotta eat that. You gotta eat off it quick. So that's why a lot of these artists, as soon as they get 1 or 2 viral songs, let's do some shows. Let's get as much money as we can because the sales is not going to bring in money.
I'm not mad at the show. I'm just like, yo, you could take your momentum and go like look at Doechii. Like we're gonna get to that in a second too. But it's like she was opening for who was it? She opened for B. She opened for some big artists, right? She's not on that. Yeah. She didn't drop the tape and like, oh, I'm on the Doechii tour. You feel me? It's like, all right, I'm here. I'm doing festivals. Like it's a wave and a route, and I feel like there's a time to go on a headlining tour. Like these tickets can be set at this price because we know who they are. But then these other people,
I want to hear what artists you believe, because at least for Lotto and Glorilla, they did their time. For Glorilla, the reason why she could do a headline tour now is because she opened under Meg Thee Stallion, and I believe Lotto toured under someone else before she did her headline tour. So those two artists, they did their due diligence before they did the headline tour. I want to know, what artists do you think that's out right now that's doing a tour that didn't really, that's headlining?
I'm going through my Apple Music right now, and I'm like, most people that I've been listening to, I'm like, I wouldn't expect to see them headlining anything. Like I got Eric Bellinger, I got Leon Thomas, and like you got these guys that have to do intimate. I'm like Sabrina Carpenter. But is he
can't headline a tour. He shouldn't. He shouldn't.
It would have to be something intimate, or have to be like, yo, all right, we hitting the SOBs, we hitting the Terminal 5s. Like that's where I see it. You feel me? Like you could get Terminal 5 for 4 nights and make that bread. You feel me? And people will go out like satisfied. Because I also feel like you run the risk of alienating your fans if you go into a show and it's ass. Like, again, you go to any of these 3 stadium tours, you're having the time of your year. That's like a highlight. And I think that's when I think about tours, like, who am I spending my money on? I can love you as an artist, but if I feel like that nigga ain't got no stage presence. Like I seen T-Pain, a T-Pain video the other day. The nigga was just doing the Cabbage Patch. I was like, that shit look mad fun. I would go to a T-Pain show right now. You feel me?
You know what? I respect that, because Blast did that. He did more intimate shows last year. He did a rooftop in New York City. It was a really low key. So what you're saying is correct. I think there are some artists that are doing low key intimate shows. So shout out to Blast, because I wanted to.
But even like a J. Cole and a Drake, that's how they started touring. Mm-hmm. They did intimate shows, and then they build up to it being bigger. So a J. Cole can say, I'm doing a show in the Garden for the 10th anniversary of my album, but I'm gonna do smaller shows the way I did it before, because he has that core. So it's bringing the nostalgia back to his core fan base. So take a Drake. Drake did the same thing. So it'll be nice to see artists like Glorilla or Lotto do those intimate shows at first, and then 10 years later from now, they can go back and say like, oh, this is my core fans. I'm doing a big tour, but I don't forget my core fans and what I did for you guys. And we can share that moment that we had back in the day. But people don't do that. Like you said, they got to strike fast. They got to strike while the fire is hot.
I'm like,
you see how much money they get on the show? If a tour promoter come to you and say like, yo, I could get you, I don't even know how much would a proper show be for like Glorilla at this right now. What you think? Like $60K a show?
Yeah, let's say $60K or so. Just
for argument.
Let's say $60K.
So if a promoter comes to you like, yo, I could set you up with a 25 city tour, and you get 60. If you're the artist, you're gonna take that. I'm taking that shit.
you might take it, but then again, it's just like with anything else, with sports, with business, you got to bet on yourself. So our artists, like you're a Drake fan, Kendrick did it too. They bet on them. They bet on themselves, and they said, I'm not gonna take the $60K for a big show. I'm gonna do my small shows for $1 a pop. I'm gonna get my little $5,000.
I'll hop on the Canadian wave and get your fans up.
Or that, whatever you want to say. Because Kendrick did, a video like came out when Kendrick did shout out Drake, but that's for another story. But even another artist who doesn't do big shows, a DDG. DDG has a core fan base from YouTube. Then he was like, I want to be a hip hop artist. I want to rap. So he was doing the small shows, 300 people, 400 people, and now up until this day, he doesn't have to do a big show, but he's still getting paid.
But DDG, one thing about DDG was he hated his tour because his fan base didn't transform into ticket sales. So he gets a lot of love on the internet, but they wasn't popping out to his show. So he hated the tour.
This is a good conversation, because you know who I blame? What I blame? I blame festival culture. Because festival culture was breaking people off, and it was like, look at Jello. Jello dropped the record. Shout out, the remix dropped tonight with Lil Wayne. I'm excited to hear it. But Jello dropped the record. He's already on Rolling Loud. You feel me? With one certified song. Even though that snippet sound crazy. That snippet do sound crazy for the Back That Ass Up remix, whatever you want to call it. But it's just like we're not getting that artist development. But especially with ticket prices, like, let's be real, you paying at least $250 to go see Lotto or Glorilla right now. You're not getting those $100 tickets. So that's why I'm just like, you're kind of, I'm paying $300 for a 40-minute performance. You feel me? I'm not even drunk at the end of 40 minutes. That's I'm like
tough.
These stadium tours they put the work in. So that's why I'm just thinking about where artists are going to, like who's on the come up. Like unless you got that machine, which again we're gonna talk about that in a second too. Behind you, it's looking like it's a little spooky out here for these artists.
Yeah, because wasn't like Little Baby wasn't able to sell his tour, so he had to cancel.
Mm-hmm. Rod Wave just canceled his joint.
Rod Wave canceled. Rod Wave. I thought they fuck with Rod Wave shit.
They fuck with it.
He's supposed to come to New York and he canceled.
He's supposed to be in New York on Valentine's Day. He canceled it. I don't know if it's because of sales or whatnot.
Oh yeah, I don't think New York people, but I know.
Nah, we all know a certain nigga that's would have cried his eyes out on that tour.
Oh damn! I didn't even know that. Shout out to Rod Wave. I don't get it. I still don't. He's like NBA YoungBoy. I think we had this conversation a while back.
Rod Wave.
His fan base is like. I know you started liking his music recently.
Rod.
I still don't get the hype on it, the way how everybody was hyping the NBA YoungBoy. But shout out to Rod Wave. He a big nigga, so I'm gonna shout out all the big niggas doing their thing.
He big, but he's short. It's a bad fusion. It's a bad fusion of the niggas on this podcast.
That's true.
But
speaking of hype,